for a treat this afternoon with a big performance coming your way. Our next guest is the winner of, get this, more than 50 major music awards.
Yeah, you all know who he is. That includes 5 wins as Country Music Entertainer of the Year. You also know him as a judge on ABC's hit series American Idol. Please help us welcome singer, songwriter, and just superstar Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan!
I gotta go make sure all my 50 awards made it to the house. I'm not sure they're all there.
Somebody cut you short
I'm
somewhere.
short a few.
Your wife has them tucked away.
Maybe they may be out in the Amazon guy left it out by the mailbox.
Your neighbor got them. Congratulations. I mean, you have so much going on right now. How are you doing it all?
Can I say maybe a little vodka in the evening? But,
just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. But, no, I grew up in a hard-working family where we were busybodies, even on days off. We were doing yard work for enjoyment or something. So we're really a real busy family. But October is like, because we're doing Idol, I'm wrapping up my farm tour, and then when you throw an album into the mix for late September, October, when you put an album out, so it's pretty busy. But then I'm going to get into mid-October and slow down a little bit, and then hopefully chill out a little bit in November. But then we got CMA Awards on, I think November 20th is the day. But
you can rest next year.
Well, maybe. That's what I tell myself and my wife, but she's like, I don't believe you. Quit giving me that nonsense.
So this is your first album since 2020. It's Mind of a Country Boy. What was the inspiration behind this? Well, the inspiration was, oh my gosh, it's been 4 years since I put an album out, so I better get busy. But over the 4-year period, well, let's just cancel off 2020. We all. It was a rough year for all of us.
Yeah, we weren't in the studio singing and all that. But about every 4 or 5 months, I would go in the studio and record 4 or 5 songs that I had either heard or written. And so after 7 or 8 songs this year, 7 or 8 songs second year, we would compile these songs and put them in files, and I would start saying, oh, that's definitely going to be on the album. So I've been working on the album. It's not like 4 months ago I ran in the studio, made the album. So it has been a slow work in progress. But the main inspiration was just finding songs that really speak to me where I'm at in life. I mean, this album has songs that kind of talk about fatherhood, and they've got everybody expects me to get ready for the next Country Girl, Shake It For Me, and let's get everybody partying, which I've kind of checked a lot of that off. I've certainly checked that box. But this album has a lot of depth and a lot of songs I'm really, really proud of. And but yeah, it reflects kind of where I'm at, and I love the kind of the maturity of this album. And so yeah, we hope the fans respond to it. Listen, I can love it all I want, but now it's out there to the world.
It's up to the people now.
So now I got to hear what the people say.
I'm sure the fans are going to respond well. You casually brought this up, but this year you're stepping in for the 3rd time as the host of the CMA Awards. Do you ever get jealous? Do you ever get nervous?
Anytime you're walking out to host, you want to represent country music in the best way possible. And when you're walking out, first year I hosted it by myself completely, which was pretty nerve-wracking. You want to get it right. You want to be comfortable in the role. And so now that I've got Peyton and now Lainey, you can kind of spread the anxiety or the anticipation. You can spread
the responsibility.
Yeah, you can spread it around. It's not on your shoulders. I never will forget me and Peyton's first year. We had done all this rehearsing, and when you're walking out on stage, there's all these, there's tape marks and little cues where the cameras are supposed to hit you. And Peyton and I are walking out top of the show, and we both blanked on our stopping mark. And Peyton, I'm like, dude, you've won like, you read defenses, you know where people are blitzing, you call audibles, and you forgot, because Peyton looks at me, he goes, is this our mark? And I was like, I don't know, is it? So we landed where we were supposed to, I think. But it's those little moments that throws you off. You don't want to overthink. Anytime you start overthinking like a song or your monologue, or you can start tripping yourself up. Mm-hmm. So just get caught, and that's what I love about early in my career. Like even sitting here, I would have been so nervous in this moment. I couldn't. You almost can't enjoy promoting or interviews and stuff like that because you're so overwhelmed by being on TV in these big moments. So now that I'm, in front of a camera on American Idol 13 hours a day, and
he's a pro, baby. He's a pro now.
I've learned how to self-edit myself. We don't rely on the editors to make me shine, but it's nice being comfortable coming out here and doing this stuff. So
let's talk about the docuseries that you've been a part of. It's all country.
Yeah.
You're telling the backstories of these big country stars. Who were you most surprised about? Was there something about one of them that you didn't know?
Well, Peyton came to me, and he started the Peyton's Places, where he interviewed Hall of Fame football players, and he said, Luke, I kind of want to do this with country music singers, and I learned real quick it's impossible to tell Peyton Manning no. I'm like, dude, I'm so busy, I need to be home, but I don't think I can tell you no, and we laugh about that. But really, I called Peyton and I said, man, I'm really enjoying sitting down with these artists. I mean, I got to spend a day with Kane Brown and Wynonna Judd, and we got to have real conversations. It wasn't super scripted to where it felt real. And I tell you, the craziest thing is we're walking in to do one day of taping, and that particular day I was going to interview Sheryl Crow, and we had some young artists on the show that day, and they said, yeah, we've got a new artist called Shabuzi. And I was like, Shahoo? And they were like, yeah, and I met him and spent some time with him, and then he goes, yeah, man, I got this song I'm coming out with, and he sent it to me, but the file that he sent me, it didn't really go through good, so I heard it, and then literally 3 weeks later, you're hearing it all over all the the socials, and I text him and I was like, man, buddy, he's
got it.
This thing's fixing to be huge. And so to watch him go from just meeting me and trying to get to where when you hear Shabuzi, it's just a household name, and which I love it. That's part of the allure of a beginning artist, when you come up with a creative name like that sticks. And so those moments, and then I got to spend the day with Luke Combs, and I'm going to try to remember all the artists. Mickey Guyton, got to be in the studio with her, and so I think anytime, what I love about documentaries and spending a day with somebody, it's not rushed, it's not forced. You can spend your day and keep it chill and really let these artists tell their stories and their journeys and their different nuances, because everybody's got a different path. Everybody's got a different way that they made it. I mean, I had my path that it was the only way I knew and the only way it could work for me. So when you get to hear of even like Kane Brown, there was stuff in his childhood that really I didn't know he had dealt with. So when you could hear everybody's ups and downs and struggles, it really makes you connect with him even more.
And real quick, we're coming up on another season of American Idol. We talked about it at the top of the segment. So we also have auditions this week here in New York. How excited are you? And any advice?
Well, pardon, but sorry, but you know, being here in New York and being, I guess this is my 9th season of Idol, which is really hard to wrap your brain around. And then I'd have Carrie Underwood coming on board. She'll be amazing. I mean, nobody knows like the ups and downs of trying to make it through the show and winning the show more than Carrie. So, you know, my advice for the people at home is, you know, we're the judges, and when you look at Lionel and Carrie and I, and even Ryan, you know, our careers are our careers. And we're blessed, and like, we've got crazy lives that I can't believe that my career happened. And I think the show ultimately will always be about the magic of the contestants. That's what makes the show special. Because, I mean, I remember the year that E.M. Tongi came on. I mean, when he walked through the door, the ratings just exploded because of him. And so we can sit there and do confetti shenanigans and all that, but it's really about finding it's about finding the talent and us telling the story of that talent that makes America come on board and start pulling for them. So every year is a really, it's not as easy as just walking on, turn on the lights. You know, we really want to find the talent to really make the show great. And if the talent is found and the talent goes on to become superstars, then we're like, it was worth it for us. It validates our reason for those long audition days, because they're long.
Yeah. You're about to perform for us one of the new songs from your album. It's called Country Song Came On. We were listening to it this morning. It feels very nostalgic. So I'm curious, what songs do that for you?
Well, every time I'm on my farm, like riding around on my, Polaris side by side, and I'm playing classics, it's like classic honky tonk songs that I used to ride around with my dad. It makes me, makes me revert back to like old school country. And I think through my music, like I said, I have fun with my music. I love to I want to see people dancing and letting loose and having fun. But this particular song, when I heard it, I was like, oh, that's like an old honky tonk song. And I never will forget, I was at dinner one time with Jason Derulo. He goes, Luke, what is a honky tonk? and he goes, and I went through like a 1 minute, painted the picture for him of a honky tonk. He goes, all right, I understand it now. And this song is really like that classic old dim lit, go get you a beer and listen to classic country music. And either because your heart broke, your dog ran off, or you got cheated on. I think at some point in explaining it to Jason Derulo, I said your dog ran off, you got cheated on, and your heart broke. So.
All right, one more time, everybody, for Luke Bryan. Woo, woo! Good to see you, folks. Be sure to pick up the new Mind of a Country Boy album. It's out right now. And for everyone at home, you can listen to our GMA3 playlist by scanning the QR code on your screen.